Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 146, and as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in. If you are new, welcome and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, so make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at the SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG. Let's get started. Oh my god! It's an episode on Saturday nights. And I'll give you this, boys and girls. It's a topic of the week that deserves a bit of attention, because I feel like it's subsided a little bit now on Saturday. The Grasshopper Infestation and the Vegas Anomaly. Saturday nights, alright. Las Vegas is a strange place. Most of the times, the weather tends to be very bipolar. It can go from sunny one point in the afternoon to rainy and muggy as shit an hour later, right? And what pretty much happened within the last 4 or 5 days or so was that extreme humidity and mugginess just covered up Las Vegas. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When you walk in 105 degrees at 35% humidity, there is just so much hatred for everything around you. And you feel like your skin is melting like ice cream. And it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. The problem with this disgusting humidity was the grasshoppers somehow all migrated to Las Vegas. And holy shit, they were fucking disgusting. You know what they look like? They look like the motherfuckers from A Bug's Life. Holy shit. You know Hopper? Played by Kevin Spacey? Jesus fucking Christ. At least they didn't fuck over any kids. Alright! That's enough Kevin Spacey jokes and inappropriate remarks. My God, son, what is wrong with you? Well, the grasshoppers got me fucked up. That's what I'm saying. Okay? And this went on for some time. The problem with this grasshopper infestation, to me personally, was one evening, just a couple nights ago. One evening, I'm just watching television with my mother. We're watching Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, because Harry Potter is a great fucking film series, kids. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it. I mean, if you don't want to watch the fucking films, at least read the books. But we were watching this movie, and we're watching The Prisoner of Azkaban, and in this scene where Harry and Sirius Black are trying to fight off Dementors by the lake, we hear these weird fucking sounds at the door, but simultaneously we also realize that trash has to be put out for the next day for a fucking garbage pickup. And so we both go outside, and all of a sudden, while the fucking television is playing around, playing in the background there, the fucking grasshoppers start fucking flying through, tacking at the door, and I just bolt on in, close the door, and just stay silent, because I kind of freaked out at the fact that these giant cricket-looking motherfuckers just hopped up all over. And it wasn't just, one or two. It was about 12 or 20. My mom comes back in. She's freaking out like, oh my god, what the fuck are those things? Never seen those things in my life. And we're all both guessing what the fuck it was. We're like, is it a cicada? What the fuck is this shit? I find out it's a goddamn grasshopper. And it fucked everything up in Vegas. I mean, you try to walk around in Vegas for the last 3-4 days. It was just nonstop grasshoppers by your feet, by your car, by the fucking windows, just skulking about. And the worst image I've seen was something posted on Reddit where it was a swarm of grasshoppers flying about on top of the Luxor Hotel there by the Strip. And I just thought, okay, all right. I might smoke a lot of weed if I'm saying this, but at the same time, you have to be thinking, all right, yeah, you might not believe in the Bible, right? You might be an atheist out there, but what if some weird shit plague is going on, and then next week we get fucking frogs? Like, what the fuck? Do I then say, shit, I already cursed God up, I'm already fucked. So, rain frogs, we already had fucking Grasshopper, so here we goddamn go. And ultimately, guys, what I mean to say is, expect some weird shit every now and then. Right? Especially if you live in Las Vegas. It is a strange place. Now, speaking of strange places, we are going to a place where no man will not get addicted. I mean, you're going to get addicted to sports. Sports and other weird shit. Souse. Guys, all game and match reviews are on the SkyLounge YouTube page. So go ahead and check that shit out for more detailed shit. All right. I'm going to talk about Arsenal. Boys and girls, I do apologize. My throat is a little bit fucked up today, but we're going to try to get through this shit because Arsenal's trying to get through more preseason. God damn it. August 11th needs to be here now. All right? I'm saying that right fucking now. We need football now. Got me all arnied up, man. Got me all amped. Got me all pumped. Because Arsenal had actual fucking official transfer news. They had actual transfers. Crazy, right? I know. Dani Ceballos, 1-year loan from Real Madrid, will wear the number 8, 22-year-old midfielder that plays very offensive, heavy, attacking midfielder role. So that's going to be interesting. Spanish international, perennial winner, friends with Hector Bellerin, close with former late Jose Reyes. And so, very exciting to have this guy on our squad. Also, William Saliba, who will be with their squad next year, because he signed a 5-year contract. First year, a non-negotiable loan to Saint Etienne. He's an 18-year-old, center back, right back, very versatile. That is the hard defense we need, but we'll get in a year. Okay, so we got to do with the defense that we got. And despite the fact that, yes, on the pitch it could be questionable, off the pitch, you don't fuck with Bosnian hardmen, okay? Sead Kolasinac, Bosnian hardman, fought off carjackers from attacking Mesut Ozil. Crazy security footage of this shit happening. It was nuts. You're watching Kolasinac and thinking, he can kill a man on self-defense, and we wouldn't blink an eye. We would just say, all right, I'm going to accept that, and he is my father now, because he is going to protect us all. And hopefully, on the football pitch, he can deliver that same kind of hard defense, because that's what we hope as Arsenal fans. Come on, you Gunners. Gotta talk about more football news, boys and girls, because football does not stop. As FIFA realized this, they want to consider the Women's World Cup to be a 32-team tournament instead of a 24-team tournament, which is going to be pretty interesting. It'll be pretty massive, too. And the reason they want to fast-track it is you're going to make more money that way, FIFA. No shit. And that's just going to raise more, hoopla about, the salary wage, gap that is between the men and women. Of course, there is a huge issue, but the people who are on the two extreme sides, they're crazy. We gotta find some good balance in the middle there. But we'll see what happens, man. We're gonna see what the fuck happens. It's gonna be a very curious time for football, how it forms up. Just the way Qatar looks like. I mean, FIFA just never comes off great in these public, outings. The sport they deliver is fantastic, but just, it gets you sometimes. And what is getting us now, boys and girls, is not just football, but football. Time for more football news, because we're going to talk about the Seahawks, boys and girls. Yes, training camp begins. A lot of familiar faces and new faces for everyone. Exciting times. Ziggy Ansah returns. Near. His return is near. Okay, I meant to finish that sentence. I apologize. Still think it'll be a couple of weeks before he plays in the regular season, but that's very exciting news for us 12s to hear from Pete Carroll himself that Ziggy is making a good recovery back. He's on schedule. He's looking great. And a lot of cats are. But, former guys like sounding off. We had Sherm do that a couple seasons ago. We now have Earl Thomas III doing kind of the same thing. Doesn't regret flipping off Pete on the bench. All right, sweetie. All right, I get it. You're salty. I get you. But it's done. It's over. And mind you, is it October 20th when we play the Ravens in Seattle? I'm going to be wearing my Earl Thomas III jersey. I'm going to be hoping that we beat your ass down and win that goddamn game while wearing your jersey. I love you, Earl, but I love the Seahawks. And that's really it. And while Earl was giving the finger to Pete and the gang in the old times, the Seahawks were busy using their fingers to sign some contracts. That's right, boys and girls. Contracts were signed. Earl Mitchell, defensive tackle, joins after the Reed suspension to bolster the defensive tackle position, which was greatly needed. Deshaun Sheed, cornerback, returns after a 1-year stint in Detroit to bring some veteran leadership to the secondary. Yes, Legion of Boom, back at it, back in business. Let's keep this going, boys and girls. Most importantly, boys and girls, Bobby Wagner signs his contract negotiation. He went through his contract negotiation and came out with a contract extension. Yes, signed a contract extension, boys and girls. 3 years, $54 million, $40 million that will be guaranteed to Bobby Wagner, who is now the highest paid linebacker in the NFL, inside linebacker in the NFL. Absolutely deserved. Wonderful man on and off the field. And Bobby is the man. We all know that, boys and girls. And what we also know with the NFL is that training camp is going on. Obviously, we talked about Seahawks. There's a lot of crazy shit going on. Contract holdouts, contract extensions, potentially, all this shit. We've seen this with Bobby Wagner, but we're going to see a lot more with that shit as training camp continues, as we roll on to next week, as we near preseason. And we got to talk about this. Pissant Golden Taint is suspended 4 games for a PED suspension, for a PED violation. Right? Suspended for a PED violation, boys and girls. Sometimes you mix your words up. And sometimes Golden Taint mixes his brain cells up somehow and thinks Matt Stafford is a better fucking quarterback than Russell Wilson. You fucktard. Yeah, have fun in those 4 fucking games doing nothing, jackass. And Mike Daniels, speaking of former Detroit, Mike Daniels, and now new Detroit, Mike Daniels signs with the Lions. I know. Former Packers signing with the Lions. That, my friend, is going to be some salty-ass TV. Bet your sweet bottom dollars I'm going to try to watch that shit. And what I really didn't care to watch for was Mike Tomlin getting a 1-year extension from the Steelers. Like, why? Why are you paying this? Why? Okay. Sure, yeah, you're definitely going to do well with Tomlin again. Well. We hope within dysfunction something happens. And that's where we talk about the Lakers. The Lakers will part ways with Director of Player Personnel Ryan West, Jerry's son, guy who's been in the position for 10 years. It's kind of a mad news, but it's a slow news week. It's not really much going on in the offseason here, boys and girls, in the basketball sphere, except, of course, minor news, minor signings here and there. But this was a major signing. Zion Williamson's new shoe deal with Jordan Brands is the most expensive annual shoe deal for a rookie, surpassing LeBron James. RJ Hampton will be an interesting look-see if he turns up in New Zealand and he gets drafted by the NBA next year. Reportedly, the signing will be huge by shoe company Li Ning, who supposedly has signed him. I'm not 100% sure on that. I've read some of the reports, but not 100% of them are, done and dusted. So we're going to have to see how this kid develops. But kudos to Zion for, getting that goddamn contract. Beautiful money, man. When you beat LeBron James at something, I guess you're doing something good. So good shit for Zion. What isn't good shit, though, is Pau Gasol signs with the Trailblazers for 1 year. God damn it. I wanted Pau. I wanted Pau back. But, it happens. Disappointments happen. And what is also disappointing is the FIBA World Cup, okay? Let me tell, okay. So, I screenshotted this list of the 12-man roster that they will be taking. Dude, I don't even know. Let me read this list. Kyle Lowry, Donovan Mitchell, Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, Harrison Barnes, Jaylen Brown, Kyle Kuzma, Chris Middleton, Julius Randle, Jason Tatum, PJ Tucker, Thaddeus Young, Andre Drummond, Jesus Christ, why couldn't I pronounce that? Brain sucks. Montrezl Harrell, I suck at pronouncing his name, it happens, guys. Brooke Lopez, Mason Plumlee, Miles Turner. Yeah, butcher some of those names, but what's also being butchered is just the appeal of international competition. Like, that shit's out the window now. The primary focus is on the NBA, and because of the dynamic of how this whole duo landscape is going to look, people don't really care about international competitions. They want to get with their teams early. They want to see how the chemistry links up. They want to start working out early, and it is going to be a long while before we get any real basketball activity again. So it's critical times for these guys who are going to be carrying the load more or less for their respective franchises. So unfortunately, FIBA takes a back seat, right? It happens. As do most things in the offseason. But news trickles out, right? News trickles out. And we had news about the Vegas Golden Knights this week. David Clarkson has been traded to the Toronto Raptors for goalkeeper Garrett Sparks, and they also get a 2020 fourth round pick from us. So we get rid of that contract, get another backup goaltender, and we're relieved of cap space a little bit, right? And so that could potentially get us a nice little area to perhaps re-sign Gusev, but more than likely, I would think we're re-signing Jimmy Schultz over Nikita Gusev. But we're going to have to see, boys and girls, because generally in the NHL right now, it's quiet. It's too quiet. It's too goddamn quiet. Not crazy about it, boys and girls. Not crazy about it at all. But what I am getting crazy about while I record this episode, behind me, laying up on the wall, is my LA Dodgers banner. Beautiful new 3x5 LA Dodgers banner. Gotta talk about some Dodgers now, man. Gotta talk about some Dodgers. Nothing too crazy specific. We're not gonna review every fucking games. We're not that goddamn crazy. But the Dodgers have traded minor leaguer Andre Scrub for infielder Tyler White from the Houston Astros, putting David Freese on IL. This, however, really hasn't killed the momentum for the Dodgers for the time being, of course, while they also place Ross Stripling on the IL. But Dodgers baseball got me excited, boys and girls, and I cannot wait until postseason starts and Dodgers kick some ass. Guys, we remember all weekly writing is in the links in the description below. Check that shit out. I will seriously try to finish this episode while my voice is still here with me. It is slowly but surely breaking apart like we did in weekly writing number 23. Parody, satire, comedy. Cooking cavalcade. Dark humor and Gordon Ramsay cooking instruction style writing for you fuckers. So if you guys want to check that out, that is in the link in the description below. I gotta save my voice for this one, because I really want to talk about this as well as I could, because I need to praise this movie as much as I can. After watching this movie, boy oh boy, the word genius is thrown around way too much, boys and girls. It is nowadays. We throw that word around too much, but we should use words like genius for a very exclusive group of people that are outstanding in their respective fields, showing mastery of what they can do. And that, my friends, is Quentin Tarantino. He is unbelievable in this new movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. 2015 was the last Tarantino flick that came out. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been waiting years for this movie. Years. So let's talk about this. The plot. 3 Hollywood characters comes to focus in their journey through La La Land in the year of 1969. In filmmaking Hollywood, it is just... Honestly, I mean, the plot is very simple to explain, but that's not where its beauty lies. It's the writing. It's the way Tarantino interweaves these stories and writes these small situations together like a little jigsaw puzzle. And it's just beautiful. It's just so well crafted. And while there is a bit of an issue with pacing, as it is a real slow build at times, especially in the first, I would say 30 minutes to an hour, it is a pretty slow build. The slow pace is absolutely worth it in the grand scheme of the movie. It really is. I would implore any of you, before you go watch it, that you keep that in mind. This is a slow build movie, but watch for each of those individual details, because Tarantino is a nitpicker. He just super micro detail, but also super macro detail. That's what's so brilliant about this. And when we talk about the micros, guys, we got to talk about the characters. Talk about an all-star lineup and some of Tarantino's best character writing ever. Ever. Leonardo DiCaprio as Rick fucking Dalton is incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. I mean, here's the thing. You thought Leo was amazing in the way he portrayed himself in, The Revenant or The Wolf of Wall Street. Forget about it. This was fantastic. This was a man breaking down in front of us, and you see the way Leo just emotes everything. It's just so well done. He is a master at what he does. Then you move on to his counterpart, who, I mean, boys and girls, it is an absolute treat to watch Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt act in the same movie. Brad Pitt as Cliff Booth is the coolest fucking character in cinema, possibly this year. Probably next to Tony Stark's Iron Man. Cliff Booth is the coolest fucking character in cinema this year. I don't think I can fucking bullshit you on that. The way Brad Pitt carries himself in that character. Tight t-shirt, Hawaiian shirt on top, rocking the watches, rocking them Levi jeans, fucking boots on, hair, late 60s style, rocking the glasses, driving up fucking Los Angeles. It is the coolest shit. And what else does he do? Lights up a cigarette for the hell of it. My God. It was unbelievable to watch these two guys. And obviously, when you have Margot Robbie in this movie, she has to be talked about. I think she was fantastic. I thought for what she did in her role of glamorizing Hollywood from a perspective of an actress who is on the rise was very well done. And Margot Robbie just, she's gorgeous, but she can also act. That's the best part about her. It's like, okay, first of all, not only are you just drop dead gorgeous, but you can act your way out of a scene seamlessly through and out, and it just feels so natural. And other characters and actors involved, Kurt Russell, Timothy Olyphant, Al Pacino, Margaret Qualley. I mean, there's so many to name, but they were all incredible in their roles. And again, shout out to Mike Moe for acting out such a believable and awesome Bruce Lee. It was some unreal shit to watch this guy. But the actual huge overall shout out goes to Tarantino for writing these characters. And here's the thing, boys and girls. Whenever I praise Tarantino, it's just the way his mind crafts these things. It's incredible. But you also have alongside him in the visuals the masterclass act himself, Robert Richardson, on cinematography. The shit you just see on screen is just sex. It's just visual sex. It's not that fucking noise fart that you see from those Transformers movies. This is glorious shots. Playing with aspects. It's just Tarantino playing fucking fourth dimensional chess while we're out here playing checkers. I mean, Tarantino really does put up just this most authentic, raw version of late 60s Los Angeles. And it's just gorgeous. It's just drop dead gorgeous. And the music, here's the thing. When I can say a director's brain is the soundtrack, that says something. And when that brain is able to link up everything so well in the flow and ebb and flow of the story and the mood and the vibe and the moment, that's still genius. Tarantino's own mind jukebox. I fucking love it. There's also a Manson family song in there, and it's really fucking creepy. Just wanted to throw that out there because, yeah, it was really creepy. I figured I'm a completionist. I'm going to put every song on Spotify. I try to listen to the fucking Manson family song. It was really creepy. I probably listened to like 45 seconds of that shit, and I thought, oh, no. I'm not being brainwashed into this shit, motherfucker. You're dead. You're dead, Manson. You're dead. Can't mind control me, motherfucker. Can't do that shit. So the miscellaneous shit I want to talk about with this movie. I honestly had to mull this over after watching it. I had to actually take 24 hours to really think about this movie and realize what it actually was, in my perspective. A masterpiece. 10 out of 10. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the culmination of the best aspects of cinema brought forth by the genius mind of Quentin Tarantino. And yeah, we throw around the word genius a lot, but this is why this man is a genius. His ninth film, arguably his best film, maybe. I actually want to rewatch it and subsequently rewatch a lot of the other films that he's made throughout the years, or all the films that he's made throughout the years, and get a perspective on that. But boys and girls, I would highly recommend any of you who enjoy movies, any of you who enjoy great storytelling, any of you who enjoy great acting, watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It is unbelievable. So good. And for Album of the Week, number 23, it was also so good. Because The Lost Boy by YBN Cordae. Funny tidbit, not gonna lie, I was actually hyped for this album. I was actually very hyped. This young cat who has absolute fucking skills, in terms of how he produces his craft. The articulation is a fucking bonus. But the way he can just formulate words and phrases is pretty ingenious. And this whole album is very well done. It really is. And I have to say my favorite track is RMP, featuring Anderson .Paak. Wow. Probably the best of all worlds in terms of sound engineering, lyrics, production, and the two actual cats just going at it. It's gorgeous. It's fucking gorgeous, man. It's great. The mid track for me, We Gonna Make It, featuring Meek Mill. Now, I'm not begrudging the song, but from a personal standpoint, I wasn't crazy about how you have Meek and Cordae and the song doesn't go hard. I get it. It's more of an inner look and softer tone all around in the album, but I wanted something else, I suppose. That's just me, personal bias, but my thought chorus is simply this. The Lost Boy is a beautiful, almost melancholy take on contemporary hip-hop, and it's fucking awesome. Suffice it to say, it might be one of my favorite hip-hop albums I've listened to all year, relative to what I've listened to throughout this year so far. Now, I want to end it off with this. Politics is ramping up, boys and girls. I know. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not going to be that guy. Anytime I'm at the gym now, the news focusing on politics is at an all-time high. Agendas left and right. It's just all noise. It's all fucking noise, boys and girls. Realize that. If you have a fucking brain, don't get suckered into these stupid-ass arguments that both sides make. All right? Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Just accept the bullshit that is. Just work around it. Improv, if you will. And accept it. Is this country, as great as it is, this bickering shit on politics, like none of this really matters. That's all I'm saying. That's my take on it, boys and girls. Now, next week on the SoundCloud, another episode is headed your way on Tuesday, bitches. I'm spoiling y'all like a good daddy that I am, folks. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Make sure you are subscribed on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5UNG. Now, while my voice is dying, fuck off.